and a very warm welcome to News Night, your one-stop destination for news and analysis on the day's biggest news stories. Tonight, on a day when Prime Minister has said that politics should be kept out of sports, the question that we are asking is, can politicians be kept out of sports? Also on a day when the GDP growth numbers have come of the last financial year and they show that the country recorded the slowest growth in the last 10 years. In the last financial year, we ask that is India's economic recovery going to be a rather slow journey? I'm Munmun. First up, the headlines. Some dramatic developments and a severe blow to BCCI President N. Srinivasan. Two senior board officials have quit, piling more pressure on him to step down. This on a day he convened a working committee meeting and information spilled out that the ICC warned his son-in-law to keep away from bookies at the start of the IPL. BCCI Secretary Sanjay Jagdale, himself a former cricketer, and Treasurer Ajay Shirke have sent their resignations to Srinivasan, saying they were deeply hurt by recent developments in cricket. And to talk more about that, we've been joined by Sumit Roy. Sumit, has any official statement been made either by Sanjay Jagdale or by Ajay Shirke?
No, Munmun, exactly. As you know that this story has been broken by an English news channel, and so far as we have been informed about that English news channel, we received that BCCI Treasurer Ajay Shirke and Sanjay Jagdale, BCCI Secretary, have resigned. We also see that you see Saurashtra Railways Service, Indian Universities and Hyderabad. So we see that there are total of 18 numbers against Srinivasan. And now in such a move, when Jagdale as well as Shirke, who have resigned, we see that now Sharad Pawar as well as Jagmohan Dalmia could step in, because there has been a continuously after the IPL 40 case broke out, this entire stalemate has started taking a political turnout. Yes, Munmun.
Sumit, also has the effective strength now of the BCCI come down from 31 to 29, and does that mean there will be now greater pressure on N. Srinivasan to resign?
Yes, exactly, Munmun. We know that out of 31 votes, and 4 are just neutral players. Now, 7 are just neutral players. Now, those 7 are Baroda, Haryana Cricket Club, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Goa and Jharkhand. Now we see that if the entire majority of the associations are against the BCCI chief, now these neutral players will somehow manage to get these neutral players into the game, because we have a very big political name, that is Sharad Pawar, in the entire game of BCCI, as well as Jagmohan Dalmia, the former president of BCCI.
Right.
He is a very influential person as far as BCCI is concerned, and also Jagmohan Dalmia, he himself holds two votes. That is, one is for Bengal Cricket Club and other is for National Cricket Club. Yes, Munmun.
On June 8th, we understand the BCCI's special meeting will be held. What can we expect on that day?
Yes, exactly, Munmun. If a special meeting is held, obviously there will be pressure on Srinivasan to step down as BCCI chief. However, we see if BCCI chief doesn't step down, or if at all he manages to save his position, then he'll just be merely a lame duck, or you see that he won't be holding that kind of position, that kind of no, Munmun, exactly 3/4 of the majority is required. We see that now if N. Srinivasan can be, if an impeachment motion is passed against him, there is a requirement of 24 votes. However, if Srinivasan's opponent get a majority, so just as I mentioned, he will just be a lame duck. And now, if he wins the majority, that will be a resounding victory. Now, we see that some other provisions can be stepped down. Maybe there are other provisions which the BCCI governing council can form. Yes, Munmun.
We understand the majority within the BCCI do not want N. Srinivasan to continue. Are both camps then working the phone lines in order to ensure that they have the numbers necessary to get an outcome they want?
Yes, exactly. You see that when the IPL spot fixing scandal broke out, N. Srinivasan himself called those three Indian players, I mean Srishant, Ajit Chandel and Ankit Chavan brought in. But however, when Gurunath Mayappan was arrested last Friday by the Mumbai Crime Branch, entire pressure started mounting upon the
Update on the breaking news story. BCCI Joint Secretary Anurag Thakur, in an exclusive conversation with DD News, has said that stern action needs to be taken in the BCCI meeting, in an apparent reference to BCCI President N. Srinivasan. So will it soon be game over for N. Srinivasan?
हमारे साथ हैं BCCI के संयुक्त सचिव अनुराग ठाकुर जी। तो किस तरह का फैसला?
Exclusive conversation that Newsnight had with Joint Secretary of BCCI Anurag Thakur. We'll move on to the big story that we are tracking tonight. The big question that we are asking is, can politicians be kept out of sports? To discuss the same, I've been joined by Rakesh Rao, sports correspondent, The Hindu, and Neeru Bhatia, who is senior special correspondent of sports with The Week, and Surendra Khanna, former cricketer, is also with us. I welcome you all to Newsnight. Let me begin with you, Mr. Khanna. Why do you think sports federations and associations have become fiefdoms of politicians?
Well, we live in a political system, so politicians have to come in. They have the power, cricket has the glamour, and they come, there is a lot of money now, so they come and wield the power and enjoy the freebies which are there. They can distribute it to people, and also they can utilize this platform to reach out to their public, to the constituencies from where they get elected. Cricket is a very popular game, you know, it is followed like a religion in the country.
There is news coming in. We are getting a reaction from Jagmohan Dalmia, who is President Jagmohan Dalmia. They are non-committal on the question on whether Mr. Srinivasan should now resign on moral grounds. Mr. Khanna, I could sense a sense of sarcasm in your
No, there is no sarcasm. I'm just saying the way the constitutions of the respective cricket associations are being followed for many, many years. They are in a... We couldn't see that happening for 50, 60 years, and since he became the president, at least one good thing happened was that Delhi had a cricket.
They enjoy all the benefits of being there, and they are the ones who call the shots, as and when they feel like. And once, you know, like even if you say that we have certain rules which say that after 2 terms you cannot continue, they will ensure that someone else from their own will be there.
Fraternity, their clique.
They will get in, irrespective of the rules. They'll have a way of finding a way around the rules. So that's what they've been, you know, like doing for years now. That's why you have people who refuse to leave. You can change the rules, they'll defy the rules. So they will change the rules, they will actually amend it in a way that it actually suits them. The biggest reason, again, I'll repeat, that they're resourceful individuals who bring in the moolah. That is why they're there, and they'll continue to be there. And in addition to that, that adds to their stature, because wherever you go, they'll be recognized from one another fact that this politician also is the head of the governing body of a certain sport.
So they get the limelight they've always wanted.
Benefit, yes, always.
Bhatia, one point which question is that there was a sports bill which was drafted under Mr. Makan as sports minister, but it has not even got the approval of the cabinet review committee.
Yeah.
Why have things come to such a pass? Why have successive governments not done anything about it?
Simply because, you know, cutting across party lines, they are friends. They share a cup of tea in the Central Hall of Parliament or wherever. And, well, you know, it doesn't hurt me if you are there, if you are in one federation or the other. Hey, we can be friends and we can still meet and, you know, have some fun in the IOA. But the thing is, there is a vested interest. And it affects all politicians cutting across party lines. If the draft sports bill comes into place, then there are age norms, there are tenure norms, there are accountability issues which come into place, and then there are transparency issues. And politicians don't want to be answerable for all these things specifically. And we all know that. So why would they allow it to pass? If it doesn't help me, it might affect my friend also. So, you know, that's the thinking in the cabinet. In the cabinet, it's a coalition government. You have, when the first draft sports bill was brought in by Mr. Ajay Makan to the cabinet for approval, you had Mr. Sharad Pawar, who was senior leader of the, who is the senior leader of the UPA, the NCP boss. He was at that time the ICC president. Then you had Mr. Rajiv Shukla, who was the union cabinet minister. You had Farooq Abdullah, who was from another coalition party and you know, partner, and he is a senior minister in the cabinet. You had CP Joshi. Everybody opposed it, and in fact, it even went to the point where Mr. Makan was in a veiled threat told that, you know, you might just end up losing your job as a sports minister if you go ahead with this. This cannot be done. So clearly they're closing ranks there. It's about it's affecting their prestige, it's affecting their power. The clout that a BCCI president has this day, any day if you go, you see a news conference, if there is a news conference by a BCCI president, it will be cutting.
There's a reaction that is coming in from former cricketer Kirti Azad. Let's listen into that.
So I salute
On N. Srinivasan to quit in the wake of allegations of betting and insider trading against his son-in-law. We also understand that a meeting of the BCCI has also been called on the 8th of June. It remains to be seen what decision will be taken during that meeting and whether Mr. Srinivasan will go past 8th of June or not. But here we are discussing the question of propriety and morality in the wake of a statement that was earlier today made by the Prime Minister that politics and sports should not be mixed. I'll come to you, Mr. Khanna. Now, you earlier wanted to make a point. Yes, go ahead.
No, I mean, apart from cricket, money is not there in the other sports. So when you have a strong leader as the president or the patron, it helps those federation in organizing
Does
a lot
that
of
mean
things
that
as well.
guidelines
So it's
should
not
be violated?
one-sided, that you...
No,
But there are guidelines.
No, but I disagree there. Before Mr.
there-
Pawar came in, there weren't many very high...
Let's allow him to complete first. Please complete, Mr. Khanna.
There are many other people who are not politicians, but they are also there for 30 years. So we don't go after them. They are unable to raise money, they go to a politician, and when he is helping them out, they want him to stay. It is only cricket where there is money that they have, organized cricket in a great manner, and people follow it in large numbers. And sponsors and television has helped now, and also when India won the World Cup, a lot of people bodies. So they have their constitution, and they keep flouting the norms to get themselves elected.
By the
So
way, the
there are a lot of people to
IOC
be
banned
blamed.
IOA because of government interference. That was also one of the
because-
reasons.
no,
You're talking about
opposition.
autonomy.
No,
More than
not
that.
just because of government interference, it was also banned because they
Not just
had
because of government
violated the
interference.
IOC norms and they had held an
Violated the
election which
IOC
was
charter
invalid,
as well.
considered invalid.
That's true, but
So
that
we
was
have
also
Vijay
part of the
Kumar
reason.
Malhotra, who is there for 35 years.
But I want to ask Mr.
In
Surinder
actually-
Khanna, I want to ask Mr. Restaurant.
If Anurag Thakur came in Himachal, he built a stadium.
No, but he built a stadium not because of himself, but because the BCCI gave hefty subsidies for the stadium to be built. So
crores.
let's not, 35 crores, 35 crores were given.
Retirement age for any member of a national federation. This draft sports bill also says that fix retirement for members of National Sports Federation at 70. It says restrict term of office bearers to 2 terms of 4 years each, that is not more than 8 years. Give 25% membership and voting pass to athletes. Office bearers should be barred from holding concurrent positions in various national sports federations. It also bars the union sports minister from contesting for any post in the National Sports Federation. One point here is related to athletes. Do you think athletes today have considerable power, decision-making power that is, in federations?
No. See, first of all, we are making a mistake. Union cabinet to give a clearance there. This will never happen because they won't like this to be applied. They will never let this come into force. That's one. And number two, as you said, that these people will continue to stop it there because you are actually, if this sports bill ever comes into play, I mean, if
Those were live visuals that we just saw of Mr. Srinivasan not speaking to the cameras and not breaking his silence, at least today. So far, whatever he has said is this, that he will not put in his papers because there are no allegations against him. I'm afraid that's all the time that I have, but can I have the last word from you, Mr. Rao?
See, I just want to add this thing that let's not assume that every sports person will be able to administer well.
Yeah.
Being a sportsman is different than being a good administrator, and not all politicians are bad administrators.
All good athletes.
So you have to give them their chance, and let's not just assume that just by getting all the sportsmen into the all these associations, things are going to improve drastically. I don't subscribe to that view. But yes, I would like a balance. Yes, where these sportsmen should have their voice. That's all that I wish to add.
All right. Well, there is no doubting the fact that there is a need to clean sports administrations in the country. The sports bill is hanging fire, but of course a legislative framework is needed perhaps to regulate various national sports federations and to clean up sports. Well, I'll thank you all, Surendra Khanna. We must give you a break now, but remember you can catch all the latest news from the world of politics, sports and business on the DD News Twitter handle. We'll be back in just a bit. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching Newsnight. Here's a recap of the headlines. BCCI